I spent all night writing this because I'm tired of seeing good men lose themselves for the wrong reasons. These aren't just tips, they are the 4 boundaries that save your life. This is the psychology of the lines you should never cross. You gave everything, your money, your loyalty, your future, your blood, and she's gone now, with someone else, like you never existed. Like everything you sacrificed meant nothing. You crossed lines you shouldn't have crossed, made decisions you can't undo, gave a girlfriend what only a wife deserves, and now you're sitting with the wreckage, wondering how love made you so stupid. You had a future, you had options, you had family, you had peace. Then she came and you threw it all away. Not because she asked, because love made you blind, because you thought proving your love meant losing yourself. You see men like this everywhere. Men who loved too hard, too early, too blindly. Men who crossed boundaries they shouldn't have crossed for women who weren't even their wives and paid prices they're still paying. Love is not the problem. Love is beautiful. The problem is what love makes you do when you don't have boundaries, when you don't have control, when you confuse intensity for commitment. Psychology calls this emotional flooding. When you're so consumed by feeling, you stop thinking. You stop calculating risk, you stop protecting yourself, and you make decisions that cost you everything for someone who gave you nothing in return. There are lines you should never cross, no matter how much you love her, no matter how real it feels, no matter how convinced you are that she's the one. Until she's your wife, these 4 things should never happen. And if you've already crossed them, you already know the cost. Subscribe to Voices of the Forgotten, where human behavior is explained, where patterns, emotions, and hidden motives finally come to light. Have you made these mistakes? Tell me in the comments. Number 1. Never fight another man because of a woman who's not your wife. You're sitting here now, bruised, maybe arrested, maybe facing charges because another man looked at her, talked to her, wanted her, and you decided to prove something. And where is she? Look at her, on her phone, texting someone else, while you're bleeding, while your record is ruined, while your future is on the line. She's already moving on. You risked your freedom for someone who won't visit you in jail. You put your life on the line, and she wasn't even yours. Not legally, not permanently, just a girlfriend, one who could leave tomorrow, and probably will. Psychology calls this mate-guarding aggression, the primal urge to fight off competition, to show dominance, to show her you'd die for her. But here's what psychology also shows. Women don't respect men who fight over them. They lose respect because a man with options doesn't need to fight. A man with value doesn't need to prove it with blood. You should have walked away. Let her choose. If she wanted him, let her go. If she wanted you, she would have stayed without you throwing punches. But you had to prove something, and now you're paying for it. Your job found out. They let you go. Your family found out. They're ashamed. Your record is permanent. And she's with someone new, telling him how crazy her ex was. You're the cautionary tale now, and she's the victim. Never fight for a woman who isn't your wife. If she's worth keeping, she won't put you in positions where you need to fight. If she enjoys watching men battle over her, she's not a prize, she's a trap, and you walked right into it. Number 2, never propose to a woman when you're not ready to marry her. You did it because your friends did it. One by one, they proposed, they got engaged, they posted photos, and you felt left behind. Everyone around you was moving forward, weddings, babies, houses, and you were still single, still figuring it out, still not ready. So you forced it. You proposed to a woman you weren't sure about, just to feel like you belonged. You weren't financially ready. You knew it. You didn't have stability. You didn't have a plan. You just had pressure and a woman who was waiting. So you put a ring on it and hoped the rest would figure itself out. It didn't figure itself out. The engagement made things worse. The pressure increased. The expectations multiplied. And you realized you weren't ready for this. You just wanted to feel ready. Psychology calls this social comparison pressure. You measure your timeline by other people's timelines. You make decisions based on what others are doing, not what you're ready for. And you end up engaged to someone when you can't even afford the wedding, when you're not even sure you love her, when you're just terrified of being left behind. Eventually, it breaks. You can't fake readiness forever. The engagement falls apart. She's devastated. You're relieved but guilty.
and everyone's asking what happened. Now you're the villain.
The man who proposed and took it back. The man who wasted her years. The man who can't commit. And she moves on, telling everyone how you broke her heart, when really, you just weren't ready, and you should have been honest from the beginning. Here's what nobody tells you. Half those friends who got married before you, they're divorced now, or miserable, or trapped. They just did it earlier. That doesn't mean they did it right. Never propose just because you're feeling pressure. Never promise forever when you can't afford tomorrow. Never put a ring on a woman just to keep her. Because marriage isn't the finish line, it's the starting line. And if you're not ready to run, don't step on the track. Number 3, never let her have your child before she's your wife. She's pregnant and you're not married. You're not stable. You're not even sure about her anymore. But now there's a child coming and everything just got complicated. You wanted to wait. You wanted to be sure. But now waiting isn't an option. A child is coming whether you're ready or not. And leaving makes you the villain. Staying makes you trapped. There's no clean exit now. Some women know this. They use it. A child is the ultimate anchor. Once you have a child with her, you're tied to her forever. Even if the love dies, even if you realize she's wrong for you, even if you can't stand being in the same room, that child connects you for life. Psychology calls this reproductive trapping, using pregnancy to lock a partner in, to force commitment, to make leaving impossible. And once it happens, your options disappear. Now fast forward 5 years. You have 2 kids, 2 different mothers. Neither one is your wife. Child support takes half your income. You can barely breathe. You can barely build because every paycheck goes to children you had before you were ready, before you were smart, before you understood the trap. And the worst part? You barely see them. She controls access. She decides when you're a father. Some other man is raising them, living in the house you pay for, sleeping next to the woman you created life with, while you sit alone, paying bills for a family you're not part of. A child should be a blessing, not a chain, not a strategy, not an accident that rearranges your entire life. Never give a woman a child until she's your wife, until you're sure, until you've chosen each other legally and spiritually. Because once that child exists, your choices are no longer your own. Number 4, never abandon your family for a woman who's not your wife. You used to be close to them, your mother, your father, your siblings. Sunday dinners, phone calls, they were your foundation. Then she came, and slowly she pulled you away. They don't understand us. They're trying to control you. If you loved me, you'd choose me. And you did. You chose her, over blood, over people who knew you before she existed. You missed your mother's birthday because she didn't want to go. You missed your father's surgery because she needed you that day. You stopped calling your siblings because she said they were toxic. One by one, you cut off everyone who loved you before her. And now, she's gone. The woman you chose over everyone, gone. And you pick up the phone to call your family, and they don't answer, because you taught them you didn't need them. You proved she was more important, and now she's with someone else, and you're alone. Psychology calls this isolation through partnership, when a partner slowly separates you from your support system, your friends, your family, your identity, until you have no one but her. And when she leaves, you have nothing. Here's what you forgot. You can have another girlfriend, another relationship, another woman, but you cannot have another family. The mother who raised you, the father who sacrificed for you, the siblings who grew up with you. They're irreplaceable, and you traded them for someone who was always temporary. The years pass. Your mother gets older, your father gets weaker, and one day you get the call. She's gone, and you realize you spent her final years fighting over a woman who left. You chose someone who didn't stay over someone who would have stayed forever.
And now she's gone, and you can never get those years back. You try to rebuild, call your siblings, show up at gatherings, but it's not the same. The damage is done. The trust is broken. They remember the years you chose her over them, and even if they forgive you, they don't forget. Never abandon your family for a woman who isn't your wife. A girlfriend can leave tomorrow. A family is forever, and if a woman asks you to choose between her and your blood, she's showing you who she is. Believe her. 4 things, 4 boundaries, 4 lines you should never cross, no matter how much you love her, no matter how real it feels, no matter how convinced you are that she's different. Psychology explains all of this. Emotional flooding, social comparison pressure, reproductive trapping, isolation through partnership. These aren't random mistakes. They're patterns, predictable, documented, repeated by millions of men who loved too hard, too early, too blindly. Love makes you irrational. That's not weakness, that's biology. Dopamine floods your brain, oxytocin bonds you to her, and suddenly you can't think straight. You cross lines you swore you wouldn't cross. You give things you can't take back. You sacrifice things that can't be replaced. If you could go back, what would you tell yourself? Don't fight for her. Let her choose. Don't propose until you're ready. Ignore the pressure. Don't have a child until she's your wife. Protect your future. Don't abandon your family. They're all you have. Maybe it's too late for you. Maybe you've already crossed these lines. Maybe you're living with the consequences right now. The record, the broken engagement, the child support, the family that doesn't answer. You can't undo it. You can only understand it. Understand why you did it. Understand what love cost you. Understand the psychology behind the chaos, and maybe stop someone else from making the same mistakes. Maybe there's a young man watching this right now, in love, ready to cross a line, ready to fight, ready to propose too early, ready to have a child with someone he's not sure about, ready to abandon his family for a woman who is smiling now. Maybe this reaches him in time. Maybe he learns from your pain. Maybe he keeps his boundaries, keeps his family, keeps his future. Because you didn't. A girlfriend is temporary. Marriage is the commitment, and until she's your wife, she hasn't chosen you permanently. So why would you give her permanent things? Your freedom, your future, your children, your family. Love is not the problem. Loving without limits is the problem. Loving without boundaries is the problem. Giving wife privileges to a girlfriend is the problem. And by the time you realize it, you've already paid the price. If this explained something you've lived through, subscribe to Voices of the Forgotten. Like this if you've crossed lines you regret. Share this with someone who needs to hear it before it's too late. No matter how much you love her, until she's your wife, she's still someone who can leave. And if you give everything to someone who can leave, you'll have nothing when she does. Remember that. Before you fight, before you propose, before you create a life, before you abandon the people who were there first. Remember that. This is Voices of the Forgotten, where human behavior is explained, where patterns, emotions, and hidden motives finally come to light.